Hey guys, happy Monday, and today's lesson is going to be over point of view. Now before we left school, we were covering point of view, and we had already finished our lessons actually, and we were ready to assess you guys. So I'm not going to completely reteach point of view in the literary sense. We talked about it in terms of stories. Remember, we talked about first person point of view. The narrator is in the story. Pronouns used are I, me, my, we, us. And then we talked about third person point of view. The narrator is not in the story. The narrator is watching the story. The pronouns used are he, she, it, they, them. Now, notice with those pronouns, they're talking about other people. The narrator is not a part of the story, so they're not talking about their own experience. They're telling the experiences of other people. So the informational version of this is pretty much the same, but a little bit different. So let me explain this. When you're doing an informational text, talking about an informational text, you can still refer to the point of view being first person point of view or third person point of view. But whenever you're talking about the text as a whole, it can either be a first-hand account or a second-hand account. So an informational text can be a first-hand account or a second-hand account. A first-hand account would be from, guess which point of view? First-person point of view. The pronouns used would be I, me, my, we, us. Just like first-person point of view. So they're going to tell about things that they saw. They're also going to describe emotions that they felt. Remember we talked about the focus in a first-person point of view narrative would be about something they experienced or things that they felt, and we would only hear the perspective of the narrator. So we wouldn't have the advantage of a third-person point of view narrative where you get multiple points of view and you hear about different people's feelings, different characters' feelings. First-hand accounts, you only get the narrator's point of view, the author's point of view. The author is telling about something that they were there to experience. We talked about this a little bit when we covered first-person point of view, but a first-hand account is the most trustworthy source because the person was there to see it. That's why we trust journalists who are there to see events live. When we can see the events occurring in the background while we're watching the news, it's a lot more believable. When we're reading an article from somebody who was there to see the event happen, it's a lot more believable and we should trust it more. So, they're going to tell about things they saw. They're going to use first-person pronouns. They're going to describe the emotions that they felt, and they'll be telling about their memories in a first-hand account. They experienced the events firsthand. Okay? Now let's move on to second-hand accounts. These are written from third-person point of view. So they're not including themselves in the story. They were not there to see or experience it. They were not a part of the event that they're telling about in the informational text. They're going to give facts and information. There will be no first-person pronouns. All right, guys, now that you got the details and you've got the main points, we're going to move on to looking at some examples. So stay tuned for those.